Hi, this is Andrew Moore-Crispin for Gadget TV on Butterscotch.com, and today we're taking a look at the HTC Wildfire S. The model number on this one is A510a. We've seen it unlocked for as little as $350. You can get it for $0 if you're willing to sign a contract with your carrier. So basically, as the price suggests, it is a budget smartphone, relative to the $500–600 unlocked smartphones that you'll see out there. Like I say, a budget smartphone. So we have a 3.2-inch capacitive touchscreen on the front. Just for some context, I'll throw in the iPhone 4 here, just so you can see how tiny this thing really is. So it's kind of following in the same spirit of the Sony Ericsson X10 Mini, which was, in all honesty, just too small to be really usable. This thing kind of treads the line between being, a full-size smartphone. Let's throw the Nexus S in there for further comparison. So treads the line between being a full-size smartphone and being, like a tiny phone that isn't usable. So with the 3.2-inch screen at 480 by 320 resolution, you get nice crisp visuals. In the background, we're running a 600 megahertz processor, so basically HTC has cut every corner it possibly can in order to make this phone come in at about under the $350 mark. So really an entry-level smartphone, maybe for a teenager, probably not for the the business type who needs always on, super reliable access, going to be sending a lot of emails and things like that. And I'll explain why you might not want to be doing that kind of thing. If I open up the Mail app here, actually I haven't set up Mail, I'll find somewhere where we can actually type. So if we just go into the search bar here, now you see the keyboard is really tiny. If I pull up, I'll pull my Nexus S out again just for some comparison. If you're trying to type into this any field, really, it makes it a little difficult. So just for comparison, that's the size of the keyboard on the Nexus S. So like I say, makes it kind of difficult to thumb type. You can, you'll make it, but in portrait mode, it's quite difficult. If you have really small fingers, you might do okay, but just. It does a reasonably good job, but it is just a little too difficult. And then if you turn it into landscape mode, you obviously get the larger keyboard, but any context that you might have had on what's on the page just disappears. But they've made a couple of little changes to the way the keyboard works. Just things like putting all the punctuation and all that kind of stuff up here. So if we want to put a % sign, you just touch and hold like this. You can also do accented characters. So if we wanted to do an A with an umlaut, we can do that just like that. So the keyboard works reasonably well, but like I say, entry-level smartphone really for, I'm really thinking it's for teenagers with basically with smaller fingers. So across the bottom of the 3.2-inch touchscreen, we have the standard capacitive touch buttons: home, menu, back, and search. Up here we have the speaker grills, and in behind the right-hand side here, this is where the charging notification LED resides. A quick look on the top, we have a power button and our 3.5mm headphone jack. This does come with a set of stereo headphones with an inline mic and a one-button remote, so you can do things like accept or close out a call, or in a supported application you can jump forward and back in your music and things like that. On the back we have a 5-megapixel camera with an LED flash, and here's the speaker grill. If we pull the back off here, in behind here we have a 2GB card comes with the phone. It can support up to a 32GB card for storing all your music and movies and all that kind of stuff. This side of the device is clean and free of any buttons or anything. On the side here we have a volume rocker and a mini-B USB port, and that's really about it. So it's running Android 2.3.3, so the latest version of Gingerbread, which is nice to see. All too often, when you're running something like HTC Sense, you'll get stuck with an older version of Gingerbread. I think carrier or manufacturers are really starting to learn their lessons and not saddling you with an older version of the Android operating system. So if we go into Settings and About Phone, we can just confirm that really quickly. So we're also running HTC Sense 2.1. So if we go into Software Information. So there you go, 2.3.3 and HTC Sense 2.1. Now, if you're not familiar with HTC Sense, it allows you to do things like, pinch zoom to access your home screens, and you can also move your home screens around like this. You can use a similar functionality inside the browser. It adds some personalization, so the flipping clock that we've probably all seen is an HTC thing. Down here, we also have the personalize button, which we can use to choose a scene, which is basically an overriding theme for the phone. Choose a couple of different wallpapers. There are also some HTC-specific widgets, which we can tap and hold, select widgets, and then we can choose to add widgets here. So you'll see the Facebook widget here is an Android widget. There'll be HTC widgets that you'll see denoted by the HTC here. So like I say, a budget smartphone, if you're looking to enter into the smartphone market, you're convinced that you want Android, a decent place to start. The only place you're really going to see the 600 megahertz processor and 512 megs of RAM start to bog things down a little bit is if you're trying to play the latest cutting edge games, or if you're trying to do a lot of multitasking. For the most part, things like pulling up a map or sending an email, browsing a web page, none of that stuff is really affected too much. So there you have it, a quick look at the HTC Wildfire S, model number A510a. For Gadget TV, I'm Andrew Moore Crispin. For more sweet stuff, visit butterscotch.com.